Okay, hi there. This is the second part of the video that I promised you, Nepali for B. So what I'll be doing, I'll post the Nepali sentences that I've said and the regarding English translation to it just below this video in the description. And I won't go through every single sentence translating every word now. I don't want to get stuck into too lengthy explanations here. But I will go through it with you briefly and discuss some grammar aspects or some vocabulary aspects, let's say, at the specific points. So, oh, and one thing I also want to say is, the first part of that text, what I tried there is learning by heart. I wrote it down before. Tried to learn the sentence by heart, what I wanted to say, and it ended up sounding pretty. Yeah, I felt I was stumbling through the words. I did some grammar mistakes. It's very. Yeah, my expression was just not really fluent and. Yeah, in case you realize that, so that's basically the reason for that. The second part where I start from the sentence of Ani Nepal and India jaane kati khushi lagyo, kati man cha hai. From that sentence onward, it's fluent because I didn't script it beforehand, and it's much more makes much more sense, and I won't do this scripting beforehand again. It's just no point, at least not the way that I did it. Okay, so the first sentence says aaja dekhi ek mahina pachaaDi Nepal and India jaane. Yeah, so there, yeah, I wanted to focus a little bit on those two verbs, as one commenter requested of me, jaanu and basnu. Jaanu means to go, and basnu means to stay or to sit, depending on the context. So yes, I think what I want to do here right now is just mention what is the infinitive and a little bit about Nepali verb structure, the flection of verbs in Nepali. I don't want to go into details, but the fact is the Nepali verb consists basically of two parts. That's the stem of the word and the flection. The flection, and sometimes it's possible also to have the flection that follows behind the stem. I don't know if you can see it. First comes the stem, then comes the flection, or this way around. Okay, stem, flection. Okay, and sometimes, oops, it's possible to there is a preposition to the verb as well. So you can. Yeah, there is no comparison to my knowledge right now in English, but sometimes some particles are added to the front of the verb. So there is some front particle, the preposition, then the verb stem, I'm having difficulties with directions right now. Front particle, verb stem, and the ending, whatever the ending is, the flection, the so-called flection. Okay, so now we take basnu and jaanu. Here you can see that's a good thing about Nepal. It has a lot of irregularities when it comes to verbs and stuff, but the grammar as such is very logical, much more logical than if you go into the to my feeling into English grammar, for example. It's more complicated, but it is very logical. So once you get the logic, it's very easy to deal with it. So, Nepali, basnu. The verb stem of basnu is bos. The ending nu is the common Nepali infinitive ending of the infinitive of the infinitive. Infinitive is the form of the verb that doesn't. Okay, no, sorry. That's if you don't know what an infinitive is, guys, it's an important thing about grammar to grasp any grammar in any language. Look it up. I might even post a Wikipedia link, but this is not my task here to explain to you what an infinitive is. So that's the infinitive. In English, it's the to go, to stay. You know, when you say to stay, that's what the infinitive is in English. In Nepali, it's basnu, jaanu. So, and the interesting thing here to just keep in mind is there are basically two different verbs in Nepali. There are some verbs that have a stem, a verb stem that ends on a consonant, like boss, basnu. It's the S, basnu. And then there are verbs like jaanu that don't end on a jaanu. Just checking if I'm talking crap here. No, I'm not. Jaanu doesn't end on a consonant, but on a vowel, on a. Ja is the verb stem, and nu is the ending. So keep that in mind, because it is important later if you're dealing with different tenses in Nepali. So. Jaanu, bosnu. And in this case, in this first sentence, jaane hu means I will go. It is a future tense. And what you have here, just basic grammar explanation. You have jaane and then the particle, not the particle, the auxiliary verb who. Now we're going into grammar today. That's lovely. I like it. Who. So what is who? Who is I am. I think I explained that earlier somewhere in the earlier videos. Who is I am? First person singular of the verb hunu, to be. I am. Who. And just as in English, where you have, what is it called? When you combine an auxiliary verb with the main verb to construct certain tenses. It's the same here. You use jaane. What is jaane? Jaane is ja, the verb stem, and ne, which signifies jaane as the future participle. It's called, I think. I don't know if it's called future part, but it's a participle. No, participle is the wrong word. Partizip. In German, it's partizip, and in English, it should be. I dare say participe. I'll look it up. I'll post an annotation. What's the right expression? Anyways, so what I want to say here, what's important, jaane. It's the future. It's a future verb form. And just to explain to you how is it constructed. Jaane. I will go. Okay, like in English, you have will as the auxiliary verb, and go is the main verb. It's combined. Okay. aaja dekhi ek mahina pachaaDi Nepal and India jaane. Is there anything else that I want to explain? Well, I want to mention that dekhi. Dekhi is interesting. There are quite some, as in any other language. What's that called? Oh, damn it! Trying to show off with my grammar knowledge, and then I don't have any. What's it called? I know what's it called. Basically, it's called a postposition. Postposition meaning, in contrast to what you would call a preposition in other languages, for example in English, dekhi, which literally translated means since or from in a temporal sense, would be, oh god, I'm going into really lengthy explanations here. I'll skip that, but just stick with me with that one for the moment. Dekhi. So in English you would say since, and the thing is, since always relates or refers to the word following it. So in English you say since 2 months, meaning since refers to 2 months. In Nepal it's just the other way around. You say aaja dekhi. Aaja means today, so aaja dekhi means since today or from today. You get the difference? That's in Nepali, I think every word that has a function like from, after, to, in, about, these kinds of words, whatever they're really called, adverbs. I think they're just adverbs, probably. Stick with it. I love this word, adverb. You can call a lot of things adverb, so that's an adverb. It is actually, I know that. So that's an adverb. And in Nepali, all adverbs, I think almost all adverbs are postpositions. They follow the word that they refer to. Point to keep in mind. Okay, then it continues my lovely story about how I'm going to go to India, Nepal. Here you have, in the second sentence, you have another adverb. It's baaTa, meaning from, in a spatial sense, like in space. I hope you know what I mean. Mero flight Berlin, baaTa, and Istanbul, bhaera, dilli, jaancha, India, jaancha. Okay, I won't, yeah, jaancha is again, comes from jaanu. It goes, it's present tense. Then, ani mo dilli pugepachi mo siDai train ra bus ma Nepal jaanchu, mo siDai Pokhara jaanchu. Okay, yeah, I don't go into any lengthy this. Just again, yeah, I think that's a good topic for this section. In addition to basnu and jaanu, it's the postpositions. Here again, you have one, pachi, after. Just the same like in the first sentence, pachaaDi, they're synonymous. Pachi, after, in a temporal sense. So after 2 months, 2 महिना पछि. अनि फेरि पुगेपछि म सिधै अन्नपूर्णाको क्षेत्रमा हिँडेर घुम्छु, त्यो चाहिँ ट्रेकिङ गर्न जान्छु. Yeah, there is nothing particular that I want to mention here right now. Look at the explanation. You can always ask me, you know, if you don't understand something. Then it goes, ani annapurnako trekkingko antysama postposition until sama pugeपछि Nepalबाट नबसेर म सिधै इन्डिया फर्कन्छु. बुझ्नुभयो है? You understood. So, अनि इन्डियामा अरू 3 बाँकी हप्ता जति बस्छु. Actually, I don't even know if this expression अरू 3 बाँकी हप्ता जति बस्छु is correct in the word order. It sounds a little bit strange what I made there, and I think you realized that when listening to the first video. I wasn't sure if it said like this or how is it said. अरू 3 बाँकी हप्ता जति बस्छु. Okay, and you see, actually, what I just want to mention is all the verbs except the first tense, in the first sentence, I mean, jaane, are here to kind of relate how I'm going to Nepal and I'm going to do trekking, go to India, blah, blah, blah. I'm always using the present tense, actually. It's you could use other tenses, future tenses as well, but just for the sake of simplicity, it is okay to talk like that in Nepali. It might be a bit simplistic, but it's understood. It's okay when you relate something in the future like that. So that's there, and then it goes, ani त्यसपछि फेरि Germany जान्छ त्यतिकै. So that was the story, and then comes my rambling about how much I love Nepal and how I feel like Nepal is my home country, blah. So, अनि नेपाल र इन्डिया जाने कति खुसी लाग्यो, कति मन छ है? So, yeah, I maybe just mention that one thing here, kati. Kati is, it's just interesting, and so far, thinking how it is in English, kati, say the primary purpose of kati is, it's a question word, just like ko, who, kaha, where, kosanga, with whom, kaslai, for whom, I can't come up with so many right now, kasari, how. So basically what first thing I would just want to say is ka, the consonant ka signifies in Nepali the same as the W in English as a signifier for a question word. You get it? In English it's where, when, why, what, and so on, except how. Usually it's a W in the beginning, WH. And in Nepali it's the same, it's a ka. So, but what I want to mention here is, in that context, in this sense, when I say अनि नेपाल र इन्डिया जाने कति खुसी लाग्यो है, here it's not used as a question word. It's used as a sorry for the snow, it's ticklish. It's used as a shouldn't pronounce myself as such a knowledgeable person in grammar. It's used as a, let's say, a signifier that, signifier is not a good word. Instead of kati in this context, you could also say tere, meaning very. So it's used in the same, with the same connotation as dhere, means just expressing what's there. Of course, for everything there's a grammar expression, but I don't know, can't think of it right now. Meaning kati is expresses the intensity of something. An intensifier, maybe that's what the word is. It doesn't matter. I hope you get me. That's the point here. Trying to explain what's it about, right? So kati kushi, how much happy. That's actually the thing, yeah. And sometimes it might happen that some Nepali native speakers who's not that knowledgeable in English, who might, that could be a very common mistake for them to do. Instead of saying, oh, I'm so happy, they might end up saying, oh, how much happy I am. It doesn't sound that weird in English, but it's a kind of, has a tiny weird, you know, what's that? Dumb, I can't think of the word. When I say tongue, that makes no sound. Oh God, I'm confusing you. Okay. Let us continue with what? So the next sentence. Tere nabasiko ani tere nabasira ta tere what lagiko tiyo. Kushi. Forgot the word, sorry, I just have to type it. Kushi lagiko tiyo. Ho. Here you actually see the word tere in its usage. I have a lot. अहिले एकदमै खुसी लाग्यो. Yep, nothing special about that grammar here. कहिलेकाहीँ त नेपाल विदेश जस्तै लाग्दैन, मलाई नेपाल कहिलेकाहीँ स्वदेशी लाग्छ. Okay, so that's not that complicated a sentence, just interesting for the word of juste, the usage of it, juste, jasto, or juste in that case, it's means the same, about the same, has the same function, let's say that, means like, and you can see how words are constructed. If you want to say something, here I'm saying something feels like something to me. Yeah, you feel like a friend to me. I want to say that. I would say, Timi molai sati jasto lagyo, or sati jasto lagcho. Lagyo is better in this case. So I say, in English I say like a friend, and here it's a postposition, so I refer to the word before jasto. Sati jasto or bidesh jasto, like a foreign country, like a friend, like whatever, you know. So that's the usage of jasto or juste. And the other thing that I just want to mention, just look at the form lagdena and lagcha. That's the lagcha means it feels, and lagdena means it doesn't feel. So I won't go into how to construct negative, affirmative verbs, verb forms, and positive forms. I think that's what it's called. You know what? But you can kind of figure it out yourself from here. It's the insertion of, or rather say, no, I'm not going into this. Figure it out yourself. I'll explain it in another video. That's effective video making here. So, Mero afno ghar त्यही ho jasto लाग्यो. Here you have the usage of jasto again in a slightly different context. It feels like my house is over there. So now, like doesn't refer to one single word, but it refers to a whole expression, meaning karteo jasto, meaning it refers to like my house is there. It refers to a whole sub-clause, sub-sentence, and this is how it's used. त्यसै कारण 4 वर्षको लागि नेपालमा गएर अहिले त एकदमै खुसी लाग्यो. No, I don't explain anything here. And then the last sentence is यति आजको लागि नै हो. I said that a lot already. So अनि म पछि दोस्रो चाहिँ video posting गर्छु, which I've done right now. Later I'll post the second. No, I haven't posted it yet. I'm just doing it. But once you watch it, I have already posted it. So it's kind of okay to say I have posted it already, right? Good. Thank you. That was effective and efficient and hopefully not too lengthy, which it actually was, I'm sure. And don't dare looking how long I've been talking right now. But that's my style. You gotta stick with it or you won't. Okay. So, wishing you fun with the video, much learning experience, and a happy life and whatsoever, and everything great and good, and love and peace and happiness, and world peace. Okay, that's a good thing to end here. Bye.